Happy Valentine's Day on a Friday. I'm Rod Hill.
Happy Valentine's Day, Rod.
Yeah, I just called my honey and said Happy Valentine's Day.
We've exchanged texts. Of course, we are up at the crack of dawn before our spouses are even thinking about getting awake. So
it's true. I said Happy Valentine's Day, Grayson, and I got a one of those kind of.
I'm sure she really appreciates that
out the
right
door
now.
this morning.
And happy birthday, Oregon.
Was 161 years old today.
We're in our prime.
February 14th. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Today is turning out to be quite lovely. At least we're taping at 8:39 in the morning.
I see blue.
And we see a lot of blue. Wow, really nice.
Yeah, there goes Cameron J. It's just kind of peering outside the window here from our downtown studios.
So hopefully that means the weather's going to cooperate for your plans. I don't see much of a rain chance other than a spotty valley shower until we get after 9 o'clock tonight. And then eventually sometime overnight tonight. The timing is uncertain, but rain will be picking up. And then tomorrow still looks really wet. So let's get you through that real quick. And you can see on the satellite picture the big ball of moisture coming. That's the rainmaker. Again, steady rain picks up. Tomorrow on paper looks to be a day where it just rains pretty much every single second. This forecast model goes through the early morning hours of Sunday at 4 a.m. It gives Portland just about 3/4 of an inch of rain. It gives Astoria over an inch and Newport 1.5 inches. And then we do expect scattered showers to continue during the day on Sunday. So maybe the weekend totals get up to that inch benchmark that I've been saying is a possibility. Temperatures, we're getting sun. I have 49 on today's board, but I like our chances of hitting 50 if we can keep the blue going. And then rain will hold us in the 40s tomorrow, and then Sunday scattered showers. Pretty cool air mass. The snow level on Sunday at times could be as low as 1,500 feet.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. Let's talk about the snow that's coming to the mountain, because it's going to be another, it looks like a really good weekend as long as the winds don't ratchet up too much with this storm that's coming through. This is the Euro model showing a pretty good slug of moisture coming through. And then Rod mentioned on top of that Sunday looks on and off wet in the valley. But while it's on and off wet in the valley, it will likely be a continuous light to moderate snow shower event up in the Cascades. So I think we still have winter storm watches up there for the
going into the
higher
weekend,
terrain of the Cascades. Yeah,
so that may be bumped into a storm warning if there's enough coming.
This is a look at the weekend snow potential. It's got a nice big bullseye, still kind of holding with that 1.5 to 2 foot projection over Mount Hood, Mount Bachelor. Obviously, Hoodoo will be getting in on that as well because the snow levels are dipping pretty nicely. Yeah. So good weekend.
And the snowpack, I know. A couple days ago, it was at 81%. I'm just talking about Mount Hood specifically. The test site above 5,000 feet, they were at 81% to start the week. So
we need this.
Yeah, if we could get 2 feet, that'll keep us on pace and at least hold us into the 80s moving forward, 80% plus range.
So I wanted to dig back. I didn't want to dig back. Rod whipped out this thing this morning that
you
was
loved
just
it,
like
didn't you?
I loved it. So let's check this out. This is an old-fashioned Weather Service slide rule that has all kinds of different.
So you're looking here, well, let me turn it upside down. So on this side, you can convert, winds, knots to miles per hour, and you've got different wind scales. And then on the other side, you've got
knots, of course, nautical miles per hour, and it was tied to a mariner's term with how many knots you could tie in a rope or something, and how fast you'd cover that.
And then on the other, is that right?
Something like that.
You know this story better than I do.
Well, and I think the conversion is something like 1.1, right? It's like 1.1, 1.2 knots is 1 mile an hour. So, or excuse me, no, 1 knot is 1.2 miles an hour.
Yeah, the knot. Yeah. And then on this side,
that's why you have this. You don't have to ask that question.
So we do know this. If you want to, I pulled this out because they wanted the temperature on the Willamette River. We did that story on people jumping into the river this weekend. The river, one of the river huggers.
Polar Plunge.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a different. The Polar Plunge is actually up in.
Anyway, one of those events. And then Brittany said, "What's the water temperature of the Willamette?" And I got online and found it 6.7 degrees Celsius. I pulled this out.
It means it's just above freezing, which means it's too cold to be jumping in the river.
So I pulled this out to convert it, and that turns out to be about 44 degrees Fahrenheit. But when I worked in Cincinnati, the retiring meteorologist in charge out there had this, and he gave it to me as kind of a party gift, and it's very, very useful.
That is so cool, and what's really cool about that is like a case of like do you ever feel like technology is just being like just
coming at you,
forced on you?
Yeah.
So Rod comes out with this ruler, And the fact of the matter is,
I can find it quicker here than I can.
You can
Google
find it quicker here than you can
conversion
Google
online.
the conversion. I promise you that. If you know how to use this thing, there's no way that you're faster on your iPhone Googling than you are with this.
Or even punching in a calculator.
Yeah.
This is faster. I mean, Celsius, of course, is what, roughly 1.8 to 1 degree Fahrenheit.
And then it varies how far away, how close you get to boiling versus freezing, and so it's.
But anyway.
That's cool.
So if you find yourself jumping into the Willamette River in downtown Portland this week, 44-degree water temperature.
Or 6-point-something Celsius.
And that doesn't really warm up
I don't know which one sounds better.
Yeah, they don't sound very good. July sounds better. Temperature can get up into the 70s in July. That sounds good. All right, have a good weekend.
Happy Valentine's Day.
This is cool.